Hi guys, welcome back to another video. If you are new here, hi, welcome. My name is Catalina, owner of Krafts Made by Cat, a small business that sells cute handmade goods. And if you're back for another video, thank you for coming back. This week's video is another studio vlog. I am still working on making some crochet items and kind of planning for future markets that I haven't signed up for yet. Last week's video, I showed you guys some new items that I made, and I was showing you guys me in the process of making a dragon, and I didn't get to show you that. So if you're here because of that video, I'm going to show the dragon now in the beginning of the video, but make sure you stay tuned in the rest of the video to see whatever else I make this week. So this is the dragon. This is how he turned out. He is so adorable. Like I said in last week's video, I made it with two-toned purple yarn. So I used the mystical purple for the main color, and then I used a darker purple. I don't remember what they're called, but I do say it in last week's video. I do use a darker purple for the wings, the spot on the belly, and for the horns, and everything else is in the mystical. And then the same dark purple is for like the I always forget what the back of this is called on a dragon, but for like the frills on the back that go from the head all the way to the tail. And then these are the back of the wings. So cute, and I think he is just so adorable. It's a pretty chunky size. He's 13 ounces, so he's pretty hefty. I did add some hot glue to the back of the ears to seal the magic ring, but it is really hard and I don't like that. So I am probably just going to chop off the ears and make new ears and fix that situation. But other than that, this is the finished dragon. I am going to have him available in the other mystical colors. I'm just not going to make them. But I am going to set up a picture. I'll do it on Procreate, and I'll set up the colors that I'll make it match with, along with the glittered eyes as well. But this is the finished guy, and he will be coming to markets with me, and I will have him on my website soon, hopefully by the time this video comes out, but I'm not sure. I might wait to do a launch. So that was the dragon that I just finished. And then last night, I literally just finished this last night, but this is Toby the Triceratops. I've had this pattern for a while and I just haven't done anything with it yet, so I was like scrolling through trying to find some new patterns to work on, and this guy caught my eye. He was a similar color in the picture for the pattern, but these are my personal favorite colors for Sweet Snuggles Light and Chenille Home Slim. Ice green and I think it's baby green. Ice green and baby green, yeah, are my favorite colors, and they go well together as a color combo. So I used glitter green eyes for this guy, and then most of him is the lighter green, and then just the frill at the very top is a darker green, and then all of his toes are also a darker green, but the rest of him is a lighter green, and he sits flush, like his tail is flush with his bum. So he stands up perfectly. One downside to this pattern is they don't actually give you rows on where to sew anything. They just tell you a couple stitches apart, but other than that, they kind of just say make sure the tail sits flat with the bottom of the plushie so that it's level when it's sitting like this, and then you know how far apart to wing it, but they don't tell you what rows. So I kind of just looked at it until it looked right. I am pretty sure that I did mess up the frill that goes here. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to go all the way down the head here, but I didn't know that at the time when I was sewing it, so I left it like frilly and kind of let it gap like that instead of spreading it all the way down to the bottom. But I still think he's cute anyway. He's really adorable. Look at him. And he took slightly over an hour, so that's not too bad at all. I have also been writing out how much it's actually costing me. So for both of these plushies, I used all brand new skeins of yarn, so I was able to weigh the skeins after I was done, see how much yarn was missing, convert that into yards, convert that into cost, multiply, or add all of that with the weight of the entire plushie. I was able to see how much is stuffing and how much is yarn, and then add the cost of the eyes, which are about 22 cents per eye, front and back, so that's about 44 cents a plushie. And then by weighing the total plushie, I can figure out how much stuffing is inside by subtracting how much yarn I used, and then I can convert all of that into cost, add time cost, like getting paid hourly, and then multiplying that by profit, and that's my base price, and that's the minimum of what I need to get 20% profit while also working at $15 an hour. And then obviously I can fluctuate the price higher or lower based on what I think is good and goes well with other plushies in the similar size. So I've been doing that with these. The dragon is at 45, which gives me a bit of a window. If that doesn't do too well, I know I can drop it down to 40 and I will still be over the threshold, because the threshold for that plushie is $37.94. So currently it's at 45 just because it is on the bigger side, but if that doesn't work, I can drop it to 40 and still be a couple dollars over the 20% profit and $15 an hour. And then with the Triceratops, it's at $30.10. So right now I have it at 35, but I know if I drop it to 30, that 10 cents doesn't matter really. So I have the Triceratops at 35 and the dragon at 45, and I can drop them both down $5 if I need to, and we will still be good. I do also plan to have this available in other colors. I'm gonna have to look at the colors that that they make to see what other colors I think will look good together. But there is a whole issue with Michael's Sweet Snuggles Light Chenille Home Slim. There's a lot of rumors going around. I've been in contact with Michael's Care myself, and as far as I know, they're fixing the problem, but they took the listings off of their website and app. Some people are saying it might be discontinued. Some people are saying it might not restock for like 6 months to even the rest of the year. And if that is the case and I can't get my hands on any, once I run out of this, I'm gonna have to switch to Premier, which is fine. Their yarn proportionately is, I think, slightly cheaper because they're $4.99 and their skeins are like 100 and something yards. I'm not 100% sure. And then Michael's yarn is $9.99 for 218 yards. So I know it's pretty much the same base price. Like, it's very, very close in price. It's 131 yards for $4.99. So technically Premier is actually better, but their yarn is slightly skinnier. I've seen people that mix it with Sweet Snuggles Light, but it is slightly smaller, which is okay. They do have a lot more color options. The downside is you have to pay for shipping and you have to wait for it to arrive, which I don't like doing, which is why I prefer buying yarn in store, because I can feel it, I can have it, and then I immediately have it on hand. But if they don't restock this, or if they discontinue it, that's just something I'm gonna have to deal with. And on top of that, with Joann's closing, I'm gonna have to get my Bernat blanket from somewhere else as well. So I'm preparing to have to buy yarn online from now on, which is kind of a pain, but that's okay. But until then, it's a good thing I have a huge stash of yarn that I can work with right now. So I haven't taken pictures of this Triceratops, like I said, because I just finished it like late last night. So I do need to do that, just because I am taking product photos, and then I will create listings. I'm thinking maybe I can turn it into a bit of a launch, because there's quite a few of these plushies that are on the bigger side that would be good for lunch. I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I know they are going to be launched soon. I don't know if they're going to be launched by the time this video comes out, but if not, probably next week's video. Just follow me on Instagram, and you can stay more up to date with my business there. I post more day to day on Instagram than I do on YouTube, which is weekly, sometimes even bi-weekly. So yeah, be sure to follow me on Instagram and you can stay up to date on all of my launches and posts and new items and stuff like that as well. On to what I'm gonna make now. I don't know what I'm gonna make right now. I have been kind of enjoying making bigger plushies, but they don't sell as well at markets, obviously, because they are bigger items. So I am thinking that I'm probably gonna have to make something smaller and maybe start batch making a couple items, because I am trying to prepare for markets, so I can start finding some. So I am thinking about maybe making mini fish to go with my whales, octos, and bees section of my events. And the fish would be very similar size because they're by the same person that makes the whale pattern. So if I do that, I'm going to have to like two-tone it, and then I'm going to have like 12 colors on my desk, and I know it's going to be a hot mess if I do that, which is why I haven't started yet. But I've made a dragon and I've made a dino, so I don't know what I'm going to make yet. Maybe looking at my yarn will help, I'm not really sure. But I am looking through patterns right now, and I do also need to make a whole bunch of keychains because I want those for markets as well. So I don't know what I'm going to make. I kind of want to make something new because I don't want to just start making more items for my markets that I've already made. I'm kind of on this new pattern kick and I want to stick with that. So I don't know what I'm gonna make, but I will get back to you guys when I figure it out. Alrighty, so I think I decided what I'm gonna make. This is kind of not like a super small item, but it is on the smaller side, so I can have quite a few of them at my markets, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna work up pretty quickly. So this is what I'm making. I am making a baby squid, which I've seen people make before, and they don't seem like they're that hard. So I'm gonna attempt to make it, and I am trying to limit everything that I make with Sweet Snuggles Light. So I am going to make him in Burnout Blanket. I'm using the color South Seas. I'm pretty sure I got this at Ollie's, and Ollie's tends to have urine that gets discontinued, and I have like 16s of this that I got for $5 a pop. It's a really pretty blue color. Oh, actually, yeah, I think this is one I got from Ollie's. I think I have like 16s of this one. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna use. I already pulled out a chunk from the end, but I'm going to just make the squid, and we're gonna see how long it takes me, and hopefully I will finish it fairly quickly. Alrighty guys, so it is Friday. This is going to be a fairly short vlog because I started recording only yesterday. I do have 2 orders to complete. I am going to blur them because of the addresses, but do have 2 orders to complete. One order, I actually have what I need. They ordered the Jaguar themed sea turtle, and they also ordered a blue octo. So this order is complete. I just haven't packed it yet. And then the other order is a custom order, which won't take too long because it's a fairly small item. In case you couldn't tell, I did rearrange my work area a little bit from how you guys can see it. So the desk that you guys sit on is a sitting standing desk that I've had for a while now. But this desk that you see right here is new. It's another sitting standing desk. I got it last night, and I completely re-cleaned and reorganized. But to make it fit, I had to turn my Sweet Snuggles light, my Michael's yarn sideways, which actually isn't that bad because I can just pull it off. It still works, and it doesn't stick out any more than this desk does. So now they can both sit and stand. This one has saved settings, so I can just press the button and it goes up to my standing height and my sitting height. This one is manual, so I can just level it afterwards. And now I can stand and do whatever and use my laptop, and they both move. So this is mainly how it's going to be now. There is still a bit of a mess back here. My old cart that I was on is over here. I'm still working on rearranging some things, but it will get cleaner hopefully this weekend. So I am going to make the dinosaur for the custom order, and then I'm going to time myself finishing this squid, and then I'm going to pack the orders, and that will be the end of this video. Alrighty, so that took a little bit longer than I expected, but I had only tried this pattern out one time before, and it was in the very beginning of my crocheting journey, and it came out terrible. But now with about 2 years of practice, it worked out pretty well. I was crocheting kind of slower today, and on top of that, it was a custom order. So with this pattern, the spikes are just like chain, but the custom order, they actually wanted it to match a bigger version that had 4 different colored spikes, so I had to like constantly change the colors. But this is what it looks like. So it's a fairly small dino. I mean, it's very handheld size. It's pretty small, even with fluffy yarn. So I think the lights, there we go, maybe guys over here. So yellow, pink, blue, and purple is how the spikes went. So it is a bit of a hot mess on this other side because of all the cuts, but unfortunately there's nothing I can really do about that because I had to tie all of the ends together because I kept changing colors. But on this side it looks cute, and then we have the little tail, and then the feet, and then here the arms, and then the eyes, and I added the blush, and he sits perfectly. Let me pull this camera down a little bit. There you go. He sits perfectly with his tail and his feet. When you're making dinos and stuff that have tails, dinos and dragons of the sort, you definitely want to make sure that the feet are level with the tail so that they sit on their own like this. So I finished that, and then like I said, I already have everything I need for my other order. So I'm gonna put all the yarn that I used to the side because I need to reweigh it, because this is something I would like to sell. So I need to reweigh the yarn to see how much to charge, and I can do all of that, figuring out the cost and everything for me make it. So I need to weigh this dinosaur because I can't pack up the order with the dinosaur if I need the dinosaur weighed. So I'm gonna weigh this really quickly. I am gonna go ahead and pack these orders now, so I figured I would take you guys with me so I can show you packing these 2 orders on YouTube as well, because I don't show you guys that very often. Alrighty, so as you guys just seen, I did pack up the 2 orders here. I am going to ask my mom if she can drop me off at or take me to the post office real quick. I will probably bring you guys along with me, just because I showed you everything else in this video. So yeah, I'm gonna drop those 2 orders off. And there was a couple of other things I wanted to get done, which I will talk about when I get back. Okay, my mom is currently busy because she is fixing the screen that one of our dogs busted through. But that's okay, because it gives more time for my GoPro batteries to charge, and I can kind of talk to you guys about what I'm doing next. So I wrote a couple things down last night while I was reorganizing my room. I need to post for today, TikTok and Instagram, and then these orders need to go out, and I need to finish that squid that I just started and I completely forgot to do. But there is a couple of financial things that I have to take care of, so I'm going to do that before I forget, and then maybe I will show you guys finishing the squid if I get to that today. Alrighty, so it's kind of late, but I wanted to finish the squid because I want to finish out this video real quick. So I finished the squid. This is what he looks like. I chose not to put a face on it just because then if I make more, I'm going to have to put faces on all of them. And if they do start to sell, that just adds to the time of making one. But I still think he's really cute like this. So I think I'm definitely going to make some more of these in other brunette colors and take them to my market. It took me 37 minutes 16 seconds to make this guy, which is a little bit longer than I thought it would because he's pretty small, but a lot of the time was the tentacles because it takes quite a while. I did somehow mess up. I do only have 8 tentacles. I'm supposed to have 10. Obviously, I just accidentally skipped stitches because I wasn't really paying attention. So, we'd say about 40 minutes if we tack on the 2 tentacles that are supposed to be on here. So, I can add that into my calculations. So, yes, I do still have the 2 orders here. They are going to get dropped off in the morning because I didn't make it to the post office in time. But that will be the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on the notifications so you will be notified when I post a new video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!